Here we have a pre-owned 2022 Audi Q5. Now this one comes in the prestige trim level, S-line package included on this one, Daytona gray pearl effect is the paint, and then we have gray leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that's mated to a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. Almost 55,000 miles on this vehicle in particular. Front end here, we do get our LED headlamps. We also have LED daytime running lights as well. And I just really like the front faces of this kind of, I guess, time frame Audi when it comes to the A5s, Q5s, all of that. Just a nice, sophisticated look that's still relatively sporty. Down here to these wheels, these are gonna be 20-inch aluminum. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. Door panel here, we have our memory seat functions, power door lock controls, power folding side mirrors. Then we have one-touch up and down windows on all 4 doors. Individual electronic child locks for the back, really like that. Then we have this kind of laminated wood grain look. Power lift gate, Bang & Olufsen sound system. Hood release is there. And then we do have our weather lights, rear fog lights, headlamp controls, power tilt telescoping steering wheel. But here's the power driver's seat with 4-way power lumbar support. And then we also have manual thigh support as well. But I want to give a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee for allowing me to review this Q5 today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that 3rd link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so let's see how I can fit behind myself. Relatively good space. Knees are just hitting the back of this seat a little bit, and it is kind of a hard back, so it's not like I can squeeze my knees back there. But for this trim, I feel like not bad, or I should say for this model. Go up to the Q7, you have a lot more space there. But seat back pockets are on both sides, rear AC vents, you have 3-stage heated outboard seats, and then you can control the automatic temperature down here. 2 USB-A charge ports, and then a 12-volt. There's the look at the front from back here. We do get a panoramic sunroof, that's the sunshade. And then you can fold this middle seat down. And then you have bottle holders there. And I do like having the lights here. So those are soft touch, grab handle, hang your shirt there. And then as we come around to the back end, you do get full LED tail lights. I like the exhaust system as well. So look underneath. And then decent amount of space behind the second row. The top tethers are integrated behind, well, on the back of the seats themselves near the bottom there. And then we have an all-weather mat here. And then under this, we have a spare if you ever need that. Looks like an inflator kit as well. Now over here, netted side pockets, both sides. Then you have a 12-volt down here. And then on either side, you can fold the seats flat. So by pulling on that there. The fuel filler's right here, so just take the cap off. I think premium's recommended for this. But that'll fold flat there, lock into place, and then to release it, you just pull up here. You can get it back there. And then your lower anchors are behind these covers on either side. But front passenger seat, similar adjustability to the driver's side, power seat back, seat bottom, 4-way lumbar support, manual thigh support there. And then we do have a lockable glove compartment. We still have an owner's manual on this one. Now I will say this Prestige, I feel like has a lot of nice features. The rear blinds, the B&O sound system, the self-park assist. It's quite a bit here. But there's that 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, mostly covered up there. And then before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. So hopping in here, we do have a leather wrap steering wheel. It's nice. We can heat that button over there, and then you get the notification on the gauge cluster when it's on or off. There's the horn. Now over here to the infotainment system, we do get a navigation system there. Pretty easy to use. Bluetooth controls are there. Now for your audio sources, we do get Bluetooth, AM, FM radio, XM as well. You can go through your sources right in there. And then we do have CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility too. So that's wireless. Now your vehicle settings down here, your Audi Drive Select, you can fool with that. You can set up your individual mode there. Your driver assistance system, if you want to fool with that there. The Audi Adaptive Cruise Control, you can set that up as well. If you want the predictive control on or off, you can do that. And then in your settings over here, your vehicle information, garage door opener, set that up. So I mean, there's so much that you can do in here. It's actually pretty wild. And then you go into your settings, your general settings. You can change your measurement units here. All those individually. And then you can go to your languages and change that there. I'm gonna show you the backup camera. I have to switch hands here. So there's that. You have the bird's eye view as well. Guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And there's your front camera. Hazards are down here. And then below you have your dual zone automatic climate controls, as well as your 3-stage heated cooled seats for the driver, front passenger, which is always nice. Your drive select is here, so you can go through those drive modes, and you'll get the notifications here, so you don't have to go into that menu if you don't want to. And then auto stop toggle, traction control, self park assist, parking sensors, downhill brake control, and then you can cut the screen off and on hitting that button. A USB-A input, 12 volt. Then your volume knob is right here. You can click that to mute, and then you can kind of toggle it one way or the other to go through radio stations or tracks, depending on what audio source you're in. And then for the shifter, hit the brake, push this button in, reverse, and then neutral, drive, and then you can tap into the sport mode there. And then you can actually come over here and manually shift if you want to do that. And you have paddle shifters behind the steering wheel as well. But there's your park there. Electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. Bottle holders are here. You can heat or cool those as well, which is nice. Then you can put the tray here if you don't want those shown. And then you have a center console cubby space with a USB-C port. Now up here, we have our sunroof controls. This is for the sunshade. Lights are here. Now once that shade is back, you can see it's kind of tinted as well. I like that. You can slide the roof. So that's one touch there to slide it. Then you can hit it a second time, goes back a little further. But what I like about this roof is you can start closing the shade and the roof at the same time. Instead of a lot of vehicles these days, you have to shut the roof all the way back and then you can get the shade to go. There's a look at the back seat from up here. I also like how, I guess, luxurious the sunshade sound is. It doesn't get very loud. Vanity mirror. Over here, left side stock, blinkers. And then you have the lane keeping system there, high beams. And then you have automatic wipers, one time off, auto, low, high. And then you can adjust the auto frequency here. And then your rear wiper, just push button for that and it'll tell you when it's on or off. Hit this button over here, you can change what's shown on the trip meter at the bottom. And your cruise controls right here, so off, and then you have on, resume, set your speed there. Well, adjust your speed there, then set the speed, adjust the distance. right there. And then this goes through the sub menus of the gauge cluster there in the middle. Hit this view button and that changes that as well. And then you can use this as like a scroll bar when applicable in the middle. Give a better example. There it is. And then on this right side, volume, click to mute or unmute. And you can go through your track list, radio station presets here, Bluetooth, voice recognition. We do get a heads up display as well. There's a look at that. Push button start is right here. Finally, here's the key fob. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2022 Audi Q5 S-Line Prestige out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Q5 here. So you have several different ways to adjust the overall driving experience. You can put into the sport mode when it gives you those shifts, put into the manual mode, but then on top of that, with the drive select, you have several different modes, including an auto drive mode, where you can dictate how the vehicle performs in terms of the overall power output. Now, Audi's Quattro system does give you that all-wheel drive, which is always nice to have in my opinion. But we're gonna put it into the dynamic mode and we're gonna see how this performs. I'm actually gonna put it into the manual mode. See if I can give it a nice pull getting on the interstate here. Yeah, in that manual mode, the shifts are pretty snappy with this dual clutch. Here we go. Yeah, that's actually really quick. I didn't even realize how quick this thing got up to speed. It's just very quiet under throttle, but it pulls so nicely and the power curve is so linear. But I want to give a huge thanks once again to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this vehicle today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that third link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. But the ride is so good. The sound acoustics in here are very nice. It's very luxurious in here. I'm actually very impressed with the overall, the insulation. Very impressive. I'm gonna put the drive mode back into the comfort mode for the rest of the drive. Now you do have that off-road mode if you want to use that, but in this test drive, we're not gonna need it. But again, it's nice to have that capability for light off-roading or something like that. Now, in terms of what you get for the money here, I really like this Q5. The dual clutch transmission takes some getting used to, specifically coming out of corners at low speeds. You give it a little throttle, it kind of wants to, I don't want to say prematurely shift, but it'll just kind of shift and you're not really feeling that shift point. But I mean, for the most part, this transmission's been doing very nicely. In terms of getting up to speed, it really makes the drive that much sportier, and the acceleration is great with these engines, with these transmissions. I think to have less than 55,000 miles on it, it's basically a 4-year-old vehicle. Everything works well. The seats are in great shape. The leather, just all the trim, everything seems to be like new. Love having the heated cooled seats in this one, having the heated wheel, the sunroof, the navigation. This one's pretty loaded out. and then having the adaptive cruise on top of that. There's just so much here. I think it also has a nice subtle appearance to it. It feels very expensive. It looks very elegant, but again, to get in this for $26,000, I think it's pretty solid when you think about just how far Audi has come when it comes to reliability. BMW the same way. These are still, I don't want to say expensive to maintain, but compared to, you know, a Chevy Cruze or a Civic or something like that, this is going to be more expensive. But if you don't take it to the dealer, you find a good mechanic, there are ways around having to, you know, spend $500, $600 to get an oil change. But with these 2-liter turbo 4s, and pretty much everybody has these now, specifically in the luxury brands. Cadillac has one, Audi has one, BMW has one. You know, these are relatively reliable engines. They're relatively easy to maintain, and if you keep up with the maintenance record, they last a pretty long time. But for a vehicle here that was probably at least mid-50s to 60s, I think this is a good way, again, to get in this segment if you want a nice luxury vehicle, but you don't want to pay that luxury vehicle price. And again, this still feels like a new vehicle because of how far the styling has come with Audis in general. But all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2022 Audi Q5 S-Line Prestige.